द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Stanza 9. Is the very Swarupa, the real nature of Brahma, is being pointed out with the help of two Shrutis, Taittiriya, Bhrigu and the seventh Chandogya. Bhrigu, having got the definition of what the Brahma is from his father, he dismissed or negated the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha as not Brahma. He arrived at Anandamaya Kosha. There also he discovered that it cannot be Brahma, and Brahma Pucham Pratisha, that itself is Brahma. That is what he, this word he came to know by inquiry, of course. Now, how exactly did he apply the definition for Ananda as Brahma? So that is being now Anandadheva kalmani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti anandam prayantari samvishanti. So that is what the Brahma is. That application to Ananda is being explained. Anandadeva bhutani jayante tena jivanam teshalayascha tatrato brahmanando na samshayah. Anandadeva bhutani jayante teshaam tena jivanam layascha tatra ataha brahmanandaha na samshayah. So what was Brahma? Was definition was that from which the creation has sprung forth, in which the Jagat exists, unto which it merges back. In other words, what I have seen, that means whatever that nature which is not given up at the time of Sarga, Sthiti and Laya. Sarga, Patti, Sthilaya, Kaleshu, Yadatmatam, na jahati. So, Bhutani. So, Tadetat Brahma. Whatever that nature is not given up, whether the creation is there, it exists or it gets destroyed, that exactly is Brahma, I say. What did Bhrigu do actually? The father gave him the definition. Afterwards, he went on applying to the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, etc. He went on applying. And there he discovered that these koshas are karyas, the effect. Because tasmadva etasmat annamayat anyonaratma pranamaya अन्योंतरा आत्मा मनोमय अन्योंतरा आत्मा विज्ञानमय अन्योंतरा आत्मा आनंदमय. That it is pointed out in Pakshikalpana. The interior kosha is the atma of the exterior one, in the sense the exterior one depends for its function etc. on the interior one. The anta kosha is more pervasive, sukshma and karana for the external one. From this, the external one is reduced to effect. Karya is effect and Karana is independent of the Karya. Any Karya is dependent on the Karana, the cause, and the cause is independent of the effect. So therefore, the external koshas get reduced to the nature of mithya. So long as you take the Annamaya kosha as I Atma, not knowing it appears Atma, but when you discover its dependence on the Pranamaya kosha, then Pranamaya kosha the Atma of the Annamaya kosha, like that up to Annamaya kosha, he discovered that because all these koshas are mithya in nature. This is with respect to the individual in terms of 5 koshas. Same thing can be applied to the total, the macrocosmic creation. So for example, Annamaya kosha corresponds to the Sthula Sharira. Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya put together which Sharira? Sukshma Sharira at in Vesti level. Okay. Annamaya kosha is Karana Sharira. The same thing you extend to the Samashti level. The Sthula Sharira at Samashti level is what? Virat. Samashti Sthula Sharira put together is a Virat. And Samashti Sukshma Sharira is Hiranyagarbha Tattva. Samashti Karana Sharira Isha Tattva. So at individual level, Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira. At the totality level, Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Ishvara. Here what he discovered, that all these 5 koshas are mithya in nature, being the karya, and therefore they cannot fulfill the definition of tova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yatrayantapi samvishanti. Because that principle must be the one which never ceases to exist, never subjected to the change or modification, whichever is these five koshas cannot be so. But he traveled up to Anandamaya Kosha only. But there he discovered, further it is not told, but there he could discover that this Anandamaya Kosha has got its basis in the Chaitanya Tattva, the Brahma Pucham Pratishtha, which itself should be the Ananda source of Ananda. So that way, having reduced entire creation, the individual level and the totality level, he discovered the Brahma alone is the cause of the entire creation. It is the because which the creation exists and which it merges back. So that is what he said. That is, Drishya Jagat being mithya in nature, both Sthula and Sukshma level, at the Veshti and Samashti, the Brahma Pucham Pratishtha and the Anandamaya Kosha, that is the Brahma, and therefore it is Sarvantara. Why Sarvantara? Among the Koshas, which is the innermost one? Anandamaya Kosha. Which is the innermost Kosha? Sarvantara Kosha. What is the inner, in the Antaratva? What is Antaha means what? In terms of Sukshma and also in terms of dependence. So pervasiveness, etc. comes there. So the Anandamaya Kosha is the most interior one, but itself is dependent on its Pucha, the Brahma. So the Savantara is Brahma, not in terms of Kosha, but Brahma, and it is Sarvakana because it is the cause for Anandamaya Kosha only, and Anandamaya Kosha becomes the cause for rest of the, that means the gross Kosha. So therefore, that is what the Brahma he discovered. Ananda Deva Bhutani Jayanti. Of course, he didn't find it all of a sudden. Tapasa Brahma Jidnyasasva. He was asked by father because at each level he came to the father and told, this is what the Brahma is. No, please continue your inquiry. And by that tapasa Vishuddhatma San. So that his antakarana became more and more ready by that inquiry. So, and finally he discovered that this Brahma is Ananda. So you may say, maybe he analyzed Anandamaya Kosha, etc. Okay? But suddenly how can he say that Ananda is Brahma? How can he find out? Shruti say Brahma Pucham Pratishtha. Father has given that is what is Brahma Lakshana is given. But that exactly is Ananda. How can he verify? Maybe at the totality level he may not be able to verify, but Anandamaya Kosha can he verify or not? At Anandamaya Kosha, the basis of Anandamaya Kosha is Ananda. Can he verify or not? Where do you find the exclusive state of Anandamaya Kosha? But is it that Anandamaya Kosha is operative or functioning in the Sushupti only? Where all Anandamaya Kosha functions? Does it function in the dream and the waking? Whenever you are happy is the expression of Anandamaya Kosha. Whatever may be the cause of it is the expression of the Anandamaya Kosha. So therefore, maybe the exclusive state is in that exclusive state because the Drishya is not there. Now, in that state, when the Anandamaya Kosha is in the exclusive state, what is the experience? Ananda. So that means, of course, ignorance is there because of the presence of Anandamaya Kosha. That is true. But that Ananda is there from which everything emerges out. It exists in that and merges back when it again is back. At least that much you can. That means in that infer that it must be Ananda only. Then the Shruti, of course, that is not only a understanding, but Shruti is the Pramana, that it the Brahma is Ananda Sarupa, and he discovered in this manner. So Ananda Deva Bhutani Jayanti. All the beings are born from Ananda only. Tesham means Bhutanam. Tena Jivanam. Tena means Tena Anandena. So the Tena Anandena Jivanam. Again, Tatra Yascha Tatra. So it has to merge back in the Ananda only. And therefore, Ataha, because of this discovery, Brahmanandaha na samshayaha. So Brahma itself is Ananda because Ananda is available. There is nothing other than Brahma. That Brahma should necessarily be Ananda only. So this is how he applied the definition and discovered that Brahma, the Sarupa of Brahma is Ananda and Ananda only. Tikakara has taken in some other way as such. We need not bother about that. Now, this is based on the Bhruguvalli of Taittiriya. The Chandogya Shruti. The Chandogya Shruti based on that. Chandogya Shruti, we find the dialogue between Sanat Kumara and Narada. So Narada approaches Sanat Kumara and requests for this knowledge. So he says, I am in distress. I am in distress means I am a very miserable creature. I am a sorrowful entity. Please help me to cross over this sorrow of samsara. So that is what he requests, and Sanat Kumara tells him that the remedy for this is the knowledge of Bhuma, the Ananda Sarupa Bhuma, which is your real nature, that you are not known in spite of your such high education. You have not got that knowledge, that alone is the remedy. So in the 7th chapter we find Nanyat Pasya, 7th chapter of Chandogya. Yatra Nanyat Pashyati, Nanyat Srinoti, Nanyat Vijanati Sa Bhuma. That state wherein Anyat Na Pashyati, something other than oneself is not seen. Na Srinoti, something other than oneself is not heard. Na Vijanati, Nanyat Vijanati, something other than oneself is not known. Like it goes on. That is what is a Bhuma. Bhuma means limitless. That which has no parichinnata, no limitations whatsoever. Desha, Kala, Vastu parichinnatas are not there in which. That is what is the Bhuma. Now, it just simply doesn't mean that the state wherein one doesn't know anything other than that. If one doesn't know anything other than itself, you know what all things are denied there? Not just something to be known is denied, but also the knower and the process of knowing is denied. In the Chandogya, Yatra Nanyat Pashyati, only take this phrase now. That in which the state wherein one doesn't see anything other than oneself. If anything other than oneself is not seen, also means to say that the seer is not there, the seeing is not there, the knower is not there, the knowing is not there, the known is not there. You may say, that's fine, but such a person may know oneself. In that state, I know myself. Why not possible? Which is not possible because the very subject, I know myself means what happens? Me is the knower, subject. And me itself is known means object. The subject karta cannot be the object karma. Simultaneously. The karta and karma in the one and the same entity simultaneously is not possible. Therefore, knowing myself also as an object of knowing is not possible. So, therefore, the bheda, the duality is not there in the Bhuma. That is what is to be established. What it does is, first, based on the Chandogya, first he points out that the Bhuma, which is referred in the Chandogya, which is the state before the creation, with the state during the dissolution, is the one which is free from all dualities. Dualities are named in terms of triputis. Triputis means knower, known, knowledge. Doer, that means the doer, action, the done, and the action, the doing. So these types of divisions are not there in which, that is what is the Bhuma means. It is something which is full and complete. Having established that Bhuma, the Brahma is full and complete, because it is full and complete, it is nothing but Ananda Swarupa. So, in these two stages, he is going to establish that Bhuma is Ananda Swarupa, that itself is Brahma. Therefore, the Swarupa of Brahma is nothing but Ananda and Ananda alone. So, let us see now. Bhutotpatte pura bhuma triputi dvaita varjana. ज्ञातृज्ञानज्ञेय रूपा त्रिपुटी प्रलयेहिनो भूतोत्पत्तेः पुरा त्रिपुटी द्वैतवर्जनात् भूमा एड आसीत् प्रलये ज्ञातृज्ञानज्ञेय रूपा त्रिपुटी नो हि Bhutotpattehe pura. Pura before Bhutotpatti. Utpatti, the creation of the Bhutas. Bhutas both. 5 elements and whatever that is born of 5 elements. So Panchamahabhuta Akashadi five elements, and also all living beings like Jarayuja, Andaja, Svedaja, Udbhija. That means the four types of living beings: Jarayuja, born of the womb; Andaja, born of the eggs; the Svedaja, born of moisture or the sweat; Udbhija, that means like vegetation, which splits the earth and comes out. Means all the types of living creatures, living beings, including the human being. So all these and all the five akara, the Panchamahabhutas, of these bhutotpattehe pura, before the creation of all these, so there being no triputi. The duality in terms of this trio, triputi is trayanam putanam samaharaha triputi. The puta means akara. That is the aggregate of three types of forms. Trayana, you see. Trayanam, what are the three are there? This putana means rupana. Puta means akara. So, rupa. The absence of the three types of forms. What are those forms? Jnatru, jnana, jneya. Or in other words, we can put it as karta, kriya and tadvishaya. Jnata, jnatru, knower. Jnana, the knowledge. Jneya, the thing to be known. That is in terms of knowledge. In terms of action, karta, the doer. Kriya, action. And tadvishya, the object of the action. Therefore, that way, so this triputi. So triputi, dvaita varjanat. So the triputi itself is dvaita. So, that is, the triputi itself is dvaita means duality is involved there. Varjanat, abhavat. Because of the absence of this group of these three divisions in terms of jnata, jnana, jneya, karta, kriya, tadvishya. Because of this, so what was there was at the beginning of the creation, before the creation, bhuma asit. Bhuma, what is that bhuma? Deshataha, kalataha, vastutaha va paricheda shunya. That which is free from limitations of space, time and objectivity. Desha, kala, vastu, parichinata is not there in which, that is what is the bhuma, means that which is limitless. Free from all the types of limitation, that is what is called bhuma, in contrast to alpam. Alpam is limited. In contrast to that, bhuma, limitless, that alone was there because there was no triputi, there was no dvaita in terms of triputi. How do you say, before creation there was no triputi? This jnatra, jnana, jneya, bheda was not there. How do you say so? Did you see? Before creation, if you are there to say, what will happen? Creation has already started or is yet to start? It means you are taking the creation for granted because you as an individual having building an upadhi is there. So it cannot be so. Therefore, how do you say before the creation, so there was no triputi? Of course, Shruti is the pramana, that's fine. But to understand it, how can you understand that the Shruti statement that before the creation there was no triputi, dvaita, duality was not there? So we can find the other way. In pralaya, dissolution, is there triputi? Before that, let us say, during Srishti Sthiti, is there triputi or not? During the creation, triputi is, I hope you know what is triputi now. But every time I can say jnata, jneya, jnana, I can't go on saying that way. So, this triputi is there during the creation. Forget creation, at least right now it is there or not. What are you doing now? You are listening to the Vedantic. The teacher is different from you. You, the listener, is different. And the process of listening is going on. Triputi is certainly. After this, you go to the dining hall. What happens? Then very evident triputi is much more evident than this as well. So, like this, certainly this division is there. During the now, do you suppose when the dissolution takes place, pralaya takes place? You may say, just as I can't know before creation whether triputi was there or not, similarly I can't know after dissolution whether triputi is there or not, because if dissolution takes place, will this embodiment be there? No. How am I to know that whether there is a triputi is there or not? No, yet you can verify it. In sleep, there is a pralaya, means not that pralaya, that is the individual pralaya is there. Means your day-to-day experiences are in the dormant form. In the sleep, is the division of jnata, jneya and jnana there? Certainly not. So that shows that in the Mahapralaya also there should not be any triputi. So therefore, based on the pralaya, he says, before the creation, necessarily there should not be any triputi. This limitation should not be there. So, pralaye jnatridhyana jneya rupa triputi no hi. Pralaya. That means in the dissolution, this triputi, these divisions in terms of jnata, jnana, knower, knowledge, and jneya, the thing to be known, is no, now, certainly not there. He prasiddhi means Vedanta prasiddhi. Vedanta declares that in the pralaya there is no triputi, and also in the before creation there is no triputi. So therefore, before creation there was no jnata, jnana, jneya, bheda. These divisions were not there. What exactly is this jnata, jnana, jneya, bheda? What is the triputi that is referred here? Is explained, and then he points out that that state wherein no triputi is there is the state of fullness or the state of completeness, is the purna avastha. So, and that should necessarily be ananda. So what are these triputi? They are explained now. Vijnanamaya utpanno jnata jnanam manomayah. ज्ञेया शब्दादयो नैतत्रयमुत्पत्तितः पुरा उत्पन्नः ज्ञाता विज्ञानमयः मनोमयः ज्ञानं शब्दादयः ज्ञेयाः एतत्त्रयम् उत्पत्तितः पुरा न अस्ति एतत्त्रयम् उत्पत्तितः पुरा Nasti, nasti. This jnata is none other than utpannaha jnanamayaha. Utpannaha, the one who is born. From where is he born? Paramatmanaha utpannaha. Born from Paramatma. The one who doesn't have, actually, jnata is no other than the jiva. The jiva is the jnata. From where is he born? From Paramatma. In the sense, so not like a child being born like that, from Paramatma, Jiva is born. In the sense, without Paramatma, the Jiva has no separate existence at all. Independent of the Atma, the Paramatma, Jiva has no existence. So that way, Paramatmanaha utpannaha, the one who is born of Paramatma. So, Vijnanamayaha. Vijnanamaya means Vijnanamaya kosha upadhikaha. The one who has got the upadhi of Vijnanamaya kosha, the buddhi, the antakarana. So that means Vijnanamaya kosha, the upadhi means jiva. The one who is jiva, who has got the upadhi of Vijnanamaya kosha. So because we are talking in terms of the knower, therefore Vijnanamaya kosha is referred. So Vijnanamaya kosha, so he who is called as the jiva is called as the jnata. One aspect of the triputi. Then Manomayaha jnanam. Knowledge. Knowledge is manomaya in the sense any knowledge is gained through the manomaya vrittis. Vijnanamaya kosha ascertains, like kartrutva, bhoktrutva we do find at the level of the Vijnanamaya kosha, but all the types of knowledge is at the level of manomaya kosha. Even the knowledge of Brahma, you should have the vritti where at the level of the manomaya kosha. But the vritti vyapti is there, though phala vyapti is not there. I hope it has been taken. So, vritti vyapti is there, phala vyapti is not there. So, manomaya, that means the all types of knowledge takes place at the manomaya kosha in terms of the vritti. Now that manomaya means in that vritti of the mind, whatever the chaitanya that is pratibambita, whatever the chaitanya that appears as though reflected in terms of chidabhasa, so that gives you the knowledge. See, mere chaitanya tattva, can it give knowledge? If mere chaitanya tattva were to give you the knowledge, do you know what would have happened? Yugapat, simultaneously you will get the Knowledge of anything and everything, anywhere and everywhere in the creation. All will go crazy. So there are shutters there. What shutters? What shutters? Shutters of Indriyas, Jnanendriyas. Shutters of Jnanendriyas. And through these, then what? The mental vritti takes place and you get the knowledge. So that's why, thank God, otherwise think of it. Everything will know all of a sudden. So it is not possible. No sleep will be possible. Leave as a, you won't bother about anything. Sleep will not be possible if it were to take place. Do you know that? See, all the sounds that emerge in the creation you will hear. Somebody said some well was being bored and whole night say, big sound was there. If that is the case for at the time of boring of the well, what will happen if you are to listen, hear everything that is that the sound that emerge in the creation simultaneously? So therefore, so that means these indriyas, they separate these, and only where the indriya is directed, jnanendriya, the sense organ is directed, that particular knowledge you get provided it is backed up by the mind. For example, some of you may not have heard what I have said right now. Now they may say, what did Swamiji say? So why? Because indriya is there, but mind had gone for a morning walk. So therefore it is possible. So therefore it has to be backed up by the mind. That manovritti should necessarily be there. So manovritti must be there. So therefore it says, so knowledge takes place at this manomaya kosha, and that mere chaitanya cannot give the knowledge. Can mere vritti give the knowledge? Being inert in nature, jada in nature, that vritti also cannot give you the knowledge. Therefore, jidabhasa, that pratibhimbita chaitanya is a must, because of which you are gaining the knowledge. So therefore, manomaya jnanam means that chaitanya that is reflected as it were in that particular type of vritti which gives you the knowledge. That is what is called as a jnanam. This is not the jnanam satyam jnanam anantam. That is avabodha swarupa, depthi swarupa, not that jnana. This is the vritti jnana. Knowledge on account of the vritti. So, vritti jnanam manomaya. Jneya we know very well. Shabdadayaha jneyaha. Shabda adi, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, all these 5 types of sense objects, they are the jneyaha, they are the things to be known. Etatrayam, this set of these 3, this set of these 3, Triputi. So, these 3, Jnatra Jnana Jneya, is Purana. Pura means Srishti Pura. Before the creation. No. How do you say it is not so? Not there. See, Srishti is Karya or Karana? Karya. Karya is non-different from the Karana. Okay. Now, Srishti has not taken place, amounts to say that Karya has not taken place. Now, please tell me, Jnatra Jnana Jneya, is it Karana or Karya? Karya is the fact. When the creation has not taken place, Karya has not taken place. Before Karya took place, Karya was there. You are contradicting yourself. We are talking of Srishti Pura, the state before the creation. And Triputi being in the realm of creation, the Karya, before the creation, the Triputi was not there. So therefore, that means Idam Trayam Karyatvat. These 3 being the Karya, Utpattehe means Jagadutpattehe Pura. So, Karana Vyatirekam Nasti. Of course, it may be there in the dormant form as non-separate from Karana, but as the manifested Karya, it is not there because Karya Swarupatva Jagadanta Patitaya. The Triputi falls in the category of the Karya, and therefore that means these 3 were not there, Triputi was not there. Okay, that is fine. arriving at? He knows what he is arriving at. We don't know. This much we can understand. What is that? Before creation, there was no Triputi, there was no Dvaita. But what is your purpose in deriving this? He says, first step is now, because there was no Triputi, what was there was Purna. And that Purna, full and complete, that is what is called as the Bhuma. Then we will see what it is. Because our purpose will be served after. Then I can point you out that Bhuma is Ananda. That Bhuma is Brahma, its Swarupa is Ananda. The result of this investigation, that before creation there was no Triputi, I say, therefore, he says, this is the conclusion. Traya bhave tu nirdvaitah purna evanubhuyate. Samadhi supti murchasu purna srishte pura tatha. Traya bhave tu समाधि सुप्ति मूर्छासु निर्द्वैतः पूर्णः एव अनुभूयते. तया भावे तु समाधि सुप्ति मूर्छासु निर्द्वैतः पूर्णः एव अनुभूयते. तथा सृष्टेः पुरा पूर्णः एव आसीत्. Taya bhavetu. So because of the abhava, the absence of these three. Three means the triputi. So because of the absence of three, so what are those? Jnata, etc. Because of the absence of three, nirdvaitaha purnaha eva anubhuyate. What is experienced is nirdvaita. Nirdvaita is dvaita rahita, that which is free from dvaita. And because it is free from Dvaita duality, it should necessarily be Purna. Purna means full and complete, free from division. Apurna is limited thing. That which has no limitation should necessarily be full and complete. Anubhuyate, experience. Where is it experience? First he gives Vidvat Anubhava, not Sushupti. Sushupti afterwards. Sushupti is universal experience, he gives afterwards. But first he gives Vidvat Anubhava. In the case of the Jnani, but not any time, in the case of Jnani, at such this time, of course, otherwise he may have knowledge and the Mithyatva Jagat may be there, but the Purnatva says Samadhi, that is Samadhi Avasthayam, in the state of Samadhi. When he is totally absorbed in the knowledge of oneself, so this Purnatva is experience. Jnani, when he is not in this state, maybe by Badhita Anuvritti, he may know everything is Brahma. That is the something. That is because of the ascertainment of the Mithyatva nature of the Jagat. And he knows that Satya is nothing but Brahma. But he is quoting the experience, and therefore, as a Vidva, the Jnani is experienced at the time of Samadhi, when the total cessation of Dvaita is there. Not just the Mithyatva ascertainment, even experience-wise the Dvaita is not there. In that state, what is that means? Purna alone is there. Otherwise, you have to take Purna Jagat, means Purnamidam Purnamadaha. So that Jagat as Badhita Anuvritya you have to take as Purna. But he says, without anything whatsoever, it is Purna, Anupurnaha, Anubhuyate, Samadhi, in the state of Samadhi. Okay, this may be only in the case of rare people. But how are you to know? We don't know. Yes, your experience also can be quoted. What is that now? He says, Sarvanubhava Jyotanaya. From the standpoint of the experience of everyone, we can find out that means when the Triputis are not there, what is there is Purna only. When is it? Sushupti Murchasu. In the deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, Triputi is not experienced. When a person sleeps, is there the division, I am sleeping? Anybody? I am sleeping nicely. There is no answer as yes to the question, are you sleeping? Anybody does he say, if he is sleeping? Yes, I am sleeping. Except some child, etc. The child is threatened because the parents want to go outside. And the child is asking, come on, sleep, otherwise I will crash you. Granny is there. So the child got the clue that they are going somewhere, and child also wants to go there, but he doesn't want to. In normal course, he would have slept. But now it is suspicious that they are going somewhere, keeping me here, and therefore what? The child doesn't sleep. The mother is threatening, etc. So afterwards, because the threat is, it what does it do? It pretends as if it is sleeping. The father says, look, the guy is not yet asleep. No, he is asleep. So mother wants to verify. Are you asleep or not? Yes, mummy, I am asleep. You can say so. But the answer yes will not come to that are you asleep? Because the one who is sleeping is not available. Sleep is not available for you as an experience, as a present fact of experience. Not of course. Anubhava is there because you are remembering. But as a present fact of experience, it is not available to you. Because why? Ignorance. Totally you are covered by ignorance. So therefore, Sushupti, in that there is no duality. I was sleeping, I had the experience, no, I am not, I had, of course, I had experiences there, but I am undergoing the experience of these three states. This is not there. So therefore, Sushupti, same applies to Murcha, faint or swoon. A person who has fainted, he also doesn't know anything at all. So therefore, in that, what is there is Purnaha eva anubhuyate. Why do you say Purnaha eva anubhuyate? Why is it? Maybe Anubhava we don't deny, whether you say Samadhi of a Vidwan, Jnani, or the common persons sleep or faint. Maybe we don't deny the experience, but how do you say that is the state of Purnatva? Because there is no Apurnatva. What is Apurnatva? Triputis. The three trios, these Jnata, Jneya, Jnana, these are not there. Can you verify or not? At least in sleep. Jnata, the experiencer, experienced and experience. These are not available to you at the time of sleep, though you are undergoing the sleep. That means because the divisions are not there, certainly it is a state of Purnatva. So therefore, if this is the case, Tatha, so also, because before the creation there was no Triputi, Pura Srishtihe Pura, before the creation took place, Purnaha. Purnaha means what was there was Purna only because it cannot be anything other than this. If you say Apurna means Triputi comes, Triputi is not there in the state of before creation, therefore it should be Purna only. Therefore, before creation, what was there was Purna. So what? You have established, that means before creation, Triputis are not there, and therefore there is Purnatva is there. Understand? We can understand that. But in what way is it going to help us? Your claim is Brahma Swarupa is Ananda. The Swarupa of Brahma is nothing but Ananda. You might have to establish that Brahma is Purna, free from limitation. Now he says, that which is free from limitations, Purna, itself is Ananda. He again takes the bit based on the Chandogya only, he says. Yo vai bhuma, Chandogya only 7th chapter. Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. Nalpe sukham asti. Whatever that is bhuma, itself is sukham. Alte means parichinne. Whatever that is limited. Whichever that is, wherever triputis are there, sukham na asti. Sukha here is ananda. Ananda means limitless ananda swarup. So therefore sukham na asti. The ananda is not there. Otherwise, of course, he is establishing based on the Shruti, and that is the Pramana. But we can understand to some extent ourselves like this. Purnatva has been established, and that is Chaitanya, that Purna Advaya is there. Now, in the creation, is there Ananda or not? You forget now, Brahma, etc., you totally forget. In the creation, is there something called Ananda or not? Will you experience? Ananda is there. Something called Ananda is there. What exactly the nature we don't know. Something called, from our experience we can say, something called Ananda is there. Something called sorrow is there or not? No. Swamiji, I am not able to understand this. Sorrow is there or not? So, yes, okay. But Ananda is there. At the same time, Purnatva is established. And something called Ananda is there. Therefore, that Ananda, can it be different from Purna Brahma? It can't be. If it is different from Purna Brahma is there, and there is something called Ananda. Purna Brahma will not be Advaya, it will be Sadvaya. So therefore, whatever that is Purna Brahma should necessarily be Ananda. It is just a Upapatti. Just what that means, reasoning we are giving, but that is not the final pramana. Now you may ask, just like you said, there is Ananda. In the creation there is sorrow also. Therefore, why not Brahma be sorrow? Paripurna Sukha, not Sukha, Dukkha. Why should it not be? There you have to take recourse to Shruti. Shruti declares Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Anantatva is Ananda and not the Dukkha. Therefore, there we have to take recourse to the Shruti. And Shruti dismisses sorrow as Satya or Mithya. Jagat, Dvaita means sorrow. Dvaitadi bhayam bhavati. So sorrow. So therefore, it is dismissed, negated as Mithya, and Brahma is, that means, presented as Ananda Swarupa. So therefore, that Ananda, that means, that Brahma, Purna Brahma should necessarily be Ananda only. But he, that means presents it on the basis of the Chandogya Shruti. Yo bhumasa sukham nalpe sukham tredha vibhedini. Sanat Kumara prahaivam naradayati shokine. Yo bhumasa sukham tredha vibhedini. Tredha vibhedini alpe sukham na asti. Sukham na asti. Evam Sanat Kumaraha Atishokine Naradaya Praha. Evam Sanat Kumaraha Atishokine Naradaya Praha. Yo bhuma sa sukham. Yaha bhuma. Whatever that is bhuma. Bhuma is what? Aparichinna bahutvakaha. The one who is totally free from all types of limitations. So, for the one bhuma which is free from desha, kala, vastu, parichinnata, whatever that bhuma is there, saha sukham. Bhuma is the masculine in gender. Saha sukham. Sa sukham. That is what is sukha only. Sukha here is not the Vishaya Sukha, is Ananda Swarup. Ananda Swarup. Again, that is Anvaya. Whatever that is Bhuma is Sukham. Whatever that is not Bhuma means Alpa, limited, it is Asukha, it is sorrow. So therefore, Tredha Vibhedine. Tredha. Threefold, that which has got threefold divisions. Desha, Kala, Vastu Parichinnata. That which has got these threefold divisions. Desha, Kala, Vastu Parichinnata. Tredha, Vibhedine. Vibhedine means Bhedavati. That which is limited, which has got divisions in terms of the Triputis, etc. So, Vibhedine, Tippanikara gives there. Bhedavati Alpe Dvaite iti Bhavaha. Vibhedine means that which has got Bhedas of Desha, Kala, Vastu. Therefore, that which is divided into in terms of these divisions of Desha, Kala, Vastu, in that Dvaita, Tredha Vibhedine, that is, in other words, it is called as Alpe. In Chandogya, the word used is Alpa, limited. Alpe Sukhamna. There is no Sukha. Alpe Sukhamna we know from our experience. Wherever limitation is there, there is no Sukha. Of course, some Sukha may be there, but it is not a lasting Sukha, and Sukha which is accompanied by Dukkha only. So therefore, Alpe Sukhamna Yo Bhuma Sa Sukham. Okay. Where do you find this? So, Sanat Kumara taught to Narada. So she quotes the Shruti, reference he gives. Evam, in this manner, Sanat Kumara was a Manasaputra of Brahmaji. One of the Manasaputras of Brahmaji. So just by Sankalpa who was born, Sanat Kumara, Atishokine Naradaya Praha. So he taught to whom? Naradaya, the great celebrated sage Narada. What was his condition? Atishokine, the one who was in the utmost grief, in a concentrated grief. One who was totally sorrowful. Who? Narada. अतिशयितः अधिकः शोकः अस्य इति अतिशोकी. Not ordinary sorrow, unsurpassing sorrow, excessive sorrow. That is the sorrow which, that means, which has no bounds. In such sorrow, Narada was there, and he went to Sanat Kumara, requested for relief, and Sanat Kumara told, you should gain the knowledge of Bhuma, which is Ananda Swarupa. So, now, because otherwise the question will come, why Ishwar has to say Atishokini? Because how come? You see, if Sanat Kumara has taught to Narada, what does it mean? Narada must have approached Sanat Kumara as Shishya. As a Shishya. Why Narada should approach Sanat Kumara as Shishya? One who is past master in all the different branches of knowledge, how is it possible for him to go to Sanat Kumara and ask for the... How is that? Because in spite of all this knowledge, Narada was not happy. Soham bhagava shochami shokasya param ma tarayatu. So saha aham, that Narada, me, is in grief. You know who is that Narada? Who is PhD in all subjects. Not ordinary. Look, you should know what all Narada knew. Chandogya gives. You know what all he knew? 4 Vedas he is master of, along with Vedangas. All the Vedangas. Okay. Then Itihasa, he knows. Vyakarana, he knows. Not just Panini Vyakarana. So because in those days, Navavyakaranas were there. You know, in Ramayana, we get a reference of Hanuman, Navavyakarana Panditaha. Yes, Hanuman has introduced himself to Rama. Rama tells Lakshmana, Lakshmana, be careful, huh? This guy is not an ordinary person. The manner in which he speaks shows that he is a Navavyakarana Panditaha. He knows Rigveda, etc. Everything he knows. He's such a great, that means scholar. So, Vyakarana he knows. No, not just knowing, he is a great, that means a Pandita, scholar in that. Thoroughly he knows that. Pitram, Shraddha Kalpa, how to perform Shraddha, etc. he knows. Rashi, Rashi means Ganita, mathematics. He is a past master in mathematics. Daivam, Daivam means, predictions. Different, based on the different science, they can predict. Utpata, etc. means calamities, how they come, etc. They can predict this. That science also. Nidhi, where the hidden treasure is there, he can find out. Think of it. Because in those days, that is a science by itself. Nidhi. Then, Vako Vakyam, Tarka. Vako Vakyam is Tarka. Niti Shastra. Niruktam, etymology. Shiksha, Kalpa, Chandas, Bhuta, all this you know. Bhuta Vidya. Bhuta Vidya means how to master the elements. Shatra Vidya, archery. Not a weakling. Then, Jyotisha, astrology he knows. Nrityam, dancing. Geetam, so that means Geeta, music. Only one of these were there. It was enough. He could have been multimillionaire in present days. So, but he didn't use all this for such purpose as such. So, Geeta, Vadya, orchestra, Shilpa, architecture. So again, that is Gandha Yukti. Fragrance, etc., how to create essence, etc., all this everything, think of it. With Vedas, okay? This Narada was in sorrow. In spite of all these branches of knowledge at his command, not just acquaintance with this, at his command, he was in sorrow. Therefore, he approached Sanat Kumara, said, please help me to get rid of this. See, therefore, now the question is, now as you will see, such a great person, how can he be sorrowful? That reason is given by though we have seen, the author himself gives the reason. Sapuranan pancha vedan shastrani vividhani cha ज्ञात्वाप्यनात्मवित्वेन नारदोति शुशोचः। सपुराणान् पंचवेदान् विविधानि शास्त्राणि च ज्ञात्वा अपि। सपुराणान् पंचवेदान् विविधानि शास्त्राणि च ज्ञात्वा अपि अनात्मवित्वेन नारदः अतिशुशोचः। In spite of all this knowledge, because of one thing was lacking, and because of which he was in grief. What all he knew? सपुराणान् पंचवेदान् विविधानि च शास्त्राणि ज्ञात्वा अपि, even though he knew, means he was a master in all these branches of knowledge. What are those? That means Panchaveda, Sapuranan, Panchavedan, along with the Puranas, the four Vedas and the Puranas, okay, with Puranas. And Vividhani Shastrani, the different types of Shastras, all branches of Shastras. So Jnatvapi, even having known them, Naradaha Atishushocha. Narada grieved, he was in distress, he was in that means the total sorrow. Why? Reason is Anatmavitvena. Because he was an Anatmavit. What is Anatmavit? One who knows Anatma, is it not? All of us have got some degrees, Anatmavit, Na Atmavit, Anatmavit. He was not a Jnani. So Brahmavit, Atmavit, therefore what? Some vit is required, therefore Anatmavit, you can say. So not that way. Na Atmavit. He was not Atmavit, he was not Atmajnani. Rest all branches of knowledge in him. But only one thing was lacking, that was Atmajnana was lacking. Therefore says, Anatmavitvena means Atmajnana Rahitatvena. Because the Atmajnana was lacking, therefore what? Nardaha Shushocha. Vividhani Shastras we have seen. All this what that he was a master in all these Shastras. So therefore he was in sorrow, and that is ha. Ha means, is a ha iti khede. Khede means an ordinary person being sorrowful, and we can understand. But a person like Narada with all these branches of knowledge at his command, he was sorrowful. Ayyo, is a great pity. So therefore is in terms of dejection or distress or sorrow. Ha khede. Now a doubt may come. Look, what for does one study Veda? Study of Veda, can it not give happiness? How can it make one sorrowful? Study of Veda is meant for what? To invite sorrow. How to get rid of sorrow. Get rid of sorrow. And Narada studied not just one Veda or portion of Veda, 4 Vedas with all other Shastras. After the study, he should be more happy, is it not? Okay. Study of Shastra, if Atma Jnana is not there, it is another burden on the head, is a cause of sorrow only. If Atma Jnana is there, yes, it is something blessing. But if that is not there, it can be study of Veda, can be another source of sorrow. It is a very interesting aspect that the author is pointing out now. He says, look, how it is like this. Atmajnanabhave kevala shastra vaidushyam purvataha api adhika dukkha janakam ityaha. Atmajnanabhave. If Atmajnana is absent, kevala shastra vaidushyam, mere scholasticity in the Shastras, scholarliness in the Shastras is purvataha api adhika dukkha janakam. It produces more sorrow than earlier. You know why? Because earlier sorrows were confined to certain things. They were confined to tapatraya only. Adhyatmika, Adidaivika and Adibhautika. Now he is getting tapa from the study itself. How is it? Now let us see. वेदाभ्यासात् पुरा तापत्रयमात्रेण शोकिता पश्चात्त्वभ्यास विस्मार भंग गर्वैश्च शोकिता वेदाभ्यासात् पुरा तापत्रयमात्रेण शोकिता पश्चात्तु अभ्यास विस्मार भंग गर्वैः च शोकिता. Panchadashikara is unique, is very unique. What all he investigates at present we should know. You see, before he studied Vedas, certainly he had tapas, afflictions, sorrows he had. But what are the sources? Vedabhyasat pura. Before he studied Vedas, you see, tapatrayamatrena shokita. Shoka was on account of tapatraya, adhyatmika, adibhautika, adidevika. Shokita, that means shokaha asya asti iti shokhi. The one who has got shoka means a sorrowful person. That state of being sorrowful is shokita. Abstract now. So that means he was sorrowful on account of tapatraya. Now paschat means what? Vedabhyasat paschat. After Vedabhyasa, he studied the Vedas. Do you know additional sorrows now? Abhyasa. He has to repeat the Vedas. Otherwise what? Whatever he had studied goes like Panini Sutra. So you may study and understand. Afterwards what happens? And by the time you study further sutras, earlier sutras are where? Like weighing the frogs in the cave. Suppose you are trying to weigh the frogs. There are some frogs in there, and you have put the weight here, 10 kg you have put, and you are putting the frogs there. By the time you put other one, that the fellow has jumped off. By the time you gather, other two have jumped off. So like that, so you have to repeat that abhyasa. Daily Vedas. You see, if you don't repeat the Vedas, however past master may be in the Vedas, it is gone. Abhyasa. Have additional burden there. Vismara. Forget whatever studied you what. So you forget. Again, so, Ayo, I am not able to remember. Shoka. Bhanga. The fellow thought that Punyoti Sadrusho Maya. Do you know? I have studied all these Vedas. There is no one who can be equal to me. So, but that other guy came and what? Made chutney of this guy. Because he was more scholarly. So therefore what? So Bhanga. So therefore Bhanga is Swataha Adhikena Tiraskaraha Parabhavaha. Defeat by a person who is superior to this person. Sorrow or not. All ego is punctured there. Balloon is totally punctured. Okay. Garvaha. The fellow sees someone inferior to him. Therefore what? I am superior. So therefore there is a so therefore Garvaha means Nyuna Darshanena Swadhikya Buddhi. Superiority complex. Otherwise inferiority complex. Suppose he is not defeated, but he sees other person who is more scholarly. Ayyo, I am not like that. So therefore inferiority complex has come. All this what Shoka. Because of Shoka. Provided Atma Jnana is not there. Atma Jnana is there. He will laugh at all these things. Why? Because Purnoham, Anandoham. There is no occasion for all these things to make him sorrowful. Therefore, though Narada knew all these things, he was in sorrow. Therefore, he approached Sanat Kumara for this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate